world searching for gaming knowledge comes the man, the myth, a legend in his own mind, Critical. Hey everybody, Critical here. Today I'm going to bring you some more knowledge from Savage Lands. We're going to be looking at how armor protects you against an enemy attack, against the cold, and against fire. Now, if you look at my inventory, I have a full set of broken tin armor. I have a full set of tin armor that is at 100%. I have a full set of copper armor that we're not going to end up using in this testing. FYI, this is post-commentary. And I'm wearing a full set of fur armor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get in my tin armor, and then I'm going to go find a skeleton, and I'm going to allow that skeleton to hit me. I'll bring you back when we get set up. Welcome back, everybody. I have fixed this building up so I can use it as a staging area to do this testing. I have a skeleton outside. I'm going to step out and see if I can get the skeleton to come toward the door so I can go ahead and do this testing. I want to use the building to stop cold as being a factor in this test. So I'm going to step out. I'm going to see if I can coax the skeleton to come at least to the front door. Now, I've never seen a skeleton or a monster in this game actually enter a building. Surprise, surprise, the skeleton does. There. Now that's the first hit. He hit me with a swing attack. Now I'm going to go ahead and kill the skeleton off just so he doesn't cause me any more problems. And then I'm going to look at the actual armor because I thought that my armor would protect me and I wouldn't take any damage. In fact, my armor took a little bit of damage. Every piece was at 99% and the mob still caused damage to me. And if you look, each piece is at 99%. Now there's no reason to fix this armor. It's 1%. It won't affect this test. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and get my broken armor on. And I'm going to go ahead and step outside and try to coax over another skeleton that's in the area. I'll bring you back when I'm ready. Alright, welcome back everybody. As you can see from the lower right hand corner, I'm in all broken armor. And I'm trying to get the skeleton to attack me. Now, unfortunately, the AI in this game is still janky. Now, that skeleton just attacked me with a jab attack. At this current time, I believed at the time that a jab attack does more damage than a swipe attack. So I'm going to run back into the building really quick. I'm going to go ahead and heal myself up. I'm going to go ahead and reset. I'm going to step back outside and see if I can get this skeleton to attack me so we can get with a swing attack. Now, he's going to try to attack me again with a jab attack. I'm going to show you the difference between a swing and a jab, but I really want to get a swing attack. Here we go. That time he missed. There, now I got a hit. Now, this is post-commentary, so I can already tell you that that did more damage, but I'm going to prove it here. I'm going to put it on the screen for you. In this graphic, you can see that wearing 100% tin armor, I take a small amount of damage from the skeleton that swung the spear at me. But when I put on the armor that had no durability whatsoever, I took more than twice the amount of damage from a swing and a jab. Please note, the swing and jab did exactly the same amount of damage to me. So that's also interesting. Now the next thing we want to look at is how much the warmth of your armor protects you from the cold. I'm going to go get a setup for that test, and I'll bring you back when we're ready. Okay, now we're back at the lean-to. And what I want to do here is I want to go ahead and put on my good armor, and I'm going to go into the water right here, and I'm going to let myself die. Now, I'm going to start a timer. As soon as that red bar moves, and it starts turning blue. As soon as I see that in post, I'm going to have start a timer, and we're going to see how long it takes for me to die because of the actual cold. When that's done, I'm going to come out of the water, I'll get my gear back, make sure that I'm healed back up, and then I'm going to put on my fur armor, and I'll go and repeat the test again. Once that's done, I'll go ahead and run back into the water completely naked, and I'll be completely healed up so there'll be no delay. And I'm going to let myself drown again completely naked. and see how fast that happens. And then I will go ahead and post those results. So I'm going to let this part happen. This is me commenting on that I believe that there's supernatural occurrences happening because there's no reasonable person that would stack bags this way. Yes, I got the quote wrong. Even in post commentary I can't get it right, but it's an homage to one of my favorite movies, Ghostbusters. Who you gonna call? So after finally making a horrible pun and a horrible reference to a great movie, I'm gonna get this party started and jump into the water. Come on, Critical. Stop talking. Nobody wants to listen. They want to see the test. Walk into the water. You can do it. I promise. Everything's good. Here we go. So I step into the water. Now, you have seen the timer pop up, and I'm going to go ahead and fast forward and let you watch me die. Okay, now I'm dead. So, and you see the time, I'll go ahead and put the time on the screen for you, how long it took to die in 10 armor. I'm going to reset, and then I'll bring you back when I step in the water, when I'm in my fur armor. Welcome back, everybody. Now I'm getting ready to go into the water, and you can see I'm wearing my fur armor. I'm going to repeat the same test. I'm just going to walk into the water, I'll start a timer, and I'll let myself die of the cold. I'll let myself die from cold exposure. Once again, I'll speed this part up so you don't have to wait, but it takes a little bit longer, and I'll post that information on the screen as soon as I come back. Okay, welcome back, everybody. I'm about to die in my fur armor in the water. Now I'm going to go ahead and post the time up here, and as you can already tell, it actually took longer to die in my fur armor. Then I'm going to go ahead and resurrect again, and then I'm just going to go ahead and jump in the water completely naked. I don't need to get my gear. I'm going to look at it, but wait a second, I don't need to do that, just jump into the water. So the timer's already running, and I'll bring you back when I'm dead. It won't take long. Okay, everybody, we're back, and boom, I'm dead. And here's the time. That's a big difference. If you have to go in the water, make sure you're wearing the warmest armor you can. The warmth on your armor actually is an effect in this game. And I'm glad I did this testing because I was wondering if the warmth actually made a difference. Now, I believe this means that if you're out exploring, fur armor, if you're not fighting mobs, is definitely the best armor that I know of in the game. It gives you the most warmth. And maybe you can, if you haven't been enough bag space, you can switch to steel armor, or better if you have it, to fight a mob. Now I'm going to go ahead and get all my gear and get everything back on, and I'm going to take you to the meteor on the first island. That's where I want to do the next test, and it's all about fire. I'll bring you back once we get there. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Now we're coming up to where the meteor is at. I'm wearing my full 10 armor. I'm not going to take anything off. I don't need to set up a resurrection stone. I'm very cautious in this test. I learned from experience. Now, like I said before, that set of fully broken armor, I stood on the actual fire pit and let myself get burned. Okay? And I never took any damage. Even when my armor was completely red, I didn't take any damage until I took my armor off. And here's the proof of this concept. I'm going to go into my inventory. I'm going to show you that I actually have my 10 armor on, and it's 100% repaired. It's not my broken armor, it's my repaired armor. Now I'm going to step forward, and I'm going to let my tune scream and yell his head off. I'm not taking any damage. Kind of reminds me of Happy Room, but they do explosions better, and it makes me giggle like a schoolgirl. Now I'm going to step out. I'm going to show that my armor took some damage, but I didn't take any. My character yelled like he was taking damage, but no damage is being done. It's not bugged, it's as intended. Now I'm going to step, I took my gauntlet off, and I step in and I take a little bit of damage. Now if I put my gauntlets back on and I take my chest piece off, which gives me the most protection of this armor type, my damage, it drops even faster. So the amount of damage reduction actually is something that works in this game. Now I'm going to go ahead and take off the rest of this good armor, and I'm going to put on my broken tin armor. And what I want to show is that depending on what you're doing with your armor, it doesn't have to be repaired. Now when you're facing a mob, we've already found out that that's not true. You will take more damage. When I walk forward to the meat area, I should take damage. If this game's mechanics work across the board, that's what should happen, but I don't. I'm not taking any damage. Even though my armor's completely broken and it shows red, I can stand here all day. Now if I take a piece of armor off, I'll end up taking damage again. Now I know there's somebody out there going, critical, what about your fur armor? Wouldn't it catch fire? Wouldn't it be less useful against the meteorite's fire damage? Well, I'm going to take off my broken tin armor, and just to make sure that I answer that person's question, I'm going to put my fur armor on, and I'm going to step forward and see if I turn into a Roman candle. Now, don't laugh. You know you wish it was going to happen. Spoiler alert, it's not happening. I'm screaming and yelling, my armor's taking damage. If you watch the chest piece, you just saw it tick down. And it ticks down pretty quickly, but it's not lighting up like a Roman candle. I'm not a Human Torch. It's still the same. Okay, it's conclusion time. Here's what we found today. The first thing we learned today is that repairing your armor is very important when dealing with enemies. I took more than twice as much damage from a single enemy because my armor had no durability left. Now if you're dealing with fire, then your durability doesn't matter. Your armor can't take any more damage, and just because of the armor rating, you're not taking any damage from fire. So mining this meteorite, I can do it all day in my broken armor. Next we learned that if you're going into the water and you're wearing tin armor, it's going to take about 44.21 seconds to die from the cold. Now, if you repeat that test and you're wearing fur armor, it takes 1 minute to die, giving you a little bit more time to cross a large body of water if you needed to. Now, if you're really adventuresome and you want to go get that polar bear achievement and jump into the water completely naked, you're going to die in 32.19 seconds in your birthday suit. So I would suggest that if you're going to jump into the pool, kiddies, make sure you put on that fur armor. Alright, I am Critical. This has been Savage Lands Armor 101. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you later. Bye.